Ain't nothing like some Larry June to get you motivated. What is up, y'all? Today is the big day. At least it's big for me. The 6.0 is finally getting tuned today. We're gonna give it a go. I got my fingers crossed that I've done everything right up to this point. As y'all saw a few videos ago, we fired up the truck. The engine ran smooth. It was quiet. Didn't make any noise, made great oil pressure, and the wideband was reading kind of where we need to be. It wasn't stumbling, it idled fine. It just, you know, if you gave it any throttle, it would take the throttle, it would run up in RPM smooth, but as soon as you let go or you tried to lightly let off the throttle to get it back down to idle, it wouldn't do that, it would just die. And then we put it in gear, forward and reverse, and it moved, so everything seems kosher. The only things that changed is I changed all the fuel lines, which y'all saw a couple videos ago. But here is what I got to do before we get to tuning. So I have actually already put fuel in here. I need to disconnect the feed from the injector rails, and I'll probably just... depending if he gets here before I get to that or not, I may just have him bump the key while I hold a jug to the line or whatever, just to flush out the fuel lines. And then I'm gonna double check the oil level. Once it's running and idling and up to temp, we'll check the trans fluid just to make sure. And then I'm gonna bleed the power steering, and I'm gonna check the tire pressure. And then, in my opinion, we'll be ready to tune. So yeah, without further ado, let me get busy. I'm probably not going to record every little bit of this because I plan on recording a lot of the tuning process. So let me get busy and I'll update y'all as we make some progress. Here we go. I went through the checklist. The only thing I really got to do once we fire it up is bleed the power steering and then let it get up to temp and double check trans fluid. Should be fine, but you know, with the drips it does over time, just want to make sure it's good. We had a big investment in that trans, so I want to keep it as healthy as possible. But we sent a base tune off, or a base log off to the tuner. He's cooking up a little base tune for us, and then we'll fire it up and go for a drive and go from there. So I'll update y'all when we fire it up. Fired up on the base tune, started right up. We backed it out of the shop so we didn't choke to death. And we're going to bring it up to temp. Kind of check everything over, make sure everything's good. And then I'll double check the trans fluid. And then we'll start the process. It's finally outside of the shop. Like, for real. For real. It is outside. We have finally made it outside of the garage. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so we were trying to figure some stuff out, so I wasn't recording for a minute, but I gave them the wrong gears. So we had to figure that out because the speed wasn't right, and then so we fixed that. So this actually has 373s in it, not 342s like I thought. So we got that fixed, and then we went driving a little bit more, and it was kind of acting like it was loaded up, and then it was also acting weird, like it wouldn't shift unless I let off the gas. And air to fuel looked good, everything looked good on the laptop. So I just pulled up here to the house so he could send the log off. And when we pulled up in the driveway, it was kind of noisy, not like a clear lifter tick, but it was just kind of like valve train low noise. Junior had to go, he went to go home to go eat. He only lives like a few miles away, so he's going to go home and eat and come back. So what I'm going to do in the meantime, I'm going to pull the valve covers off, and he wanted to take a look at the rockers, make sure none of them got loose or you know, whatever. We just take a peek at everything in there and kind of get some peace of mind of what is going on. You know, if that kind of doesn't yield any results and Junior thinks we should, then I have everything to change the oil so we can drain the oil and kind of see what that's looking like. But we had oil pressure. Oil pressure was good. So I'm probably not going to record it, but I'm going to go ahead and pull the disassemble it enough to get the valve covers off, and I'll pick y'all back up when we get a look-see in there and see what's going on.
That's even weirder.
All right, so I know I didn't pick the camera up, but I had everything apart. We looked at them all the rockers are tight, push rods look good. We checked both sides, everything looked copacetic. So then I changed the oil, and the oil, you know, it's hard to judge the first oil change because it makes metal, but it was all fine pearl, like no flakes, no chunks. So put 6 quarts of fresh oil in it, new filter. We got to chopping it up, and he was like, what length push rods do you have? And I was like, well, I did the 7.475s. And he was like, dude. And I was like, well, you know, I checked them, I did the turns or whatever, and the 7.400s, when I tightened the rocker all the way down, they were loose. So I was gonna do 7.450s, but 7.475s fell within the range. So I did those, and then I have video of it. You know, I did the 1.5 turn or whatever it was, and they were good. So he was like, bro, the lifters weren't pumped up when you did that. So we're gonna fire it back up. We believe that we may have too long of a push rod. It probably should be 7.400s. So we're gonna fire it up here in a second and see if it's noisy. If it's noisy, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna get push rods, and we'll switch those out right quick, since, you know, it's up on top. I literally just did it. Pull the valve covers off, I mean, so it wouldn't be a little bit more to pull the rockers off, pull the push rods, put the new push rods in, put it all back together. So no big deal. So yeah, I'll pick y'all back up when we fire it up, and we'll see what it's sounding like. It's loud. Damn it! Motherfucker!
Oh yeah, when you turned it off and the exhaust died off and then it was still screaming, it was loud.
So, well, for meme's sake, I didn't have the camera rolling the first time. Like, you could super loud hear the intake hissing, and it just, I don't know, something was weird. Like, Ginger walked over here and he's like, dog. I didn't have this entire side of spark plugs plugged in. So we was running on 4 cylinders all on one side for a minute there. It fired right up though.
Yeah.
I should have been recording, bro. You was laughing so damn hard.
I think I have a set of 7.400s at the shop.
Okay.
I'll check tomorrow when I go to work.
Yeah, so we're going to try different push rods. That would make sense to me, because if it's pushing it too far down, maybe it's not letting the cam ride the way it wants to.
It doesn't ever have a chance to pump up, you know. The lifter, it's essentially like a solid valve train right now. It's not right. And that ain't right. No, I'm clipping that. That's going to be a meme audio clip from now on. That ain't right. I'm gonna hit you with the copyright on that.
But yeah, so the tuning went, I would say it went all right. So
it went really good.
The tune is good.
It went really good. Nice bass tune. Starts right up. Drives really good. Matt decided to put the wrong push rods in it.
And he said something that made a good point. He was like, you know, when you get all too far off the deep end and a little too scientific, that's when shit happens. And he was, you know, he's put together shit tons of LS's. And he's like, dog, on stock stuff where the deck's not milled down and, you know, it's stockish style stuff, you know, basically just a cam swap. He's like, dude, I have never used anything other than 7400s. And I mean, it makes sense because like what we did, maybe 4 miles of driving and
75, the 0.75 more like that.
That's a lot.
Solid ass valve train.
Small block Chevy. Yeah, so we're gonna call that a wrap for tuning part 1. We did our damnedest. I will say like we said, the tune is nice. It fires right up, runs good, and we probably drove 4 or 5 miles, and then it just kind of wasn't right after that. So he's gonna check if he's got some 7400s hanging out. If he does, then I'll get them from him. Maybe we can I can just hand you these because I'll never use them, but you may never either.
I probably will never use them. Dude, I have so many different lengths of push rods in the toolbox that I just don't use.
You just got them for science.
Well, I got them because whenever we built that one motor, everyone kept saying this, that, and then trusting multiple different people that were wrong this entire time, you know, so.
Yeah, but anyways, we'll get that figured out, change the push rods, and try again. So thank y'all for sticking around. As always, be sure to leave a comment, make a meme of me, troll me in the feed, because boy, we had some Matt moments today. So other than that, peace out, be human, and we'll see y'all next time.